Oh shit! I have an old champagne glass
Oh, I've got paper
from
again.
last night. Hey everyone, welcome back to Anchor Watch, our weekly Below Deck chat where we take over Up and Adam's YouTube channel to cover bribery. No, what was I going to say? To cover Bravo's highest rated show. So welcome, guys. It's going to be a little different today. I know we have a lot of new members coming in the live chat. So welcome, new members. We just did our members only live last Friday. So go check that out. We dropped a lot of fun tea and we have a ton of vlogs and behind the scenes things coming up, especially this week, because just in a few hours, we're leaving for Palm Springs for a really fun event with some content creators, other content creators, great content creators like Ryan Bailey, Heather McDonald, and some cast members from The Valley and other shows. So I'm really excited to.
And most importantly, me.
Hello. And we're going to see Gelsey in like T-minus 48 hours. So I'm really excited. So we're going to have a lot of behind the scenes fun things coming for you, like some vlogs and shit.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm only like an hour away from Palm Springs right now. For those of you who don't know, I am. I feel like we should do like a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego with me, because I feel like every time I film, I'm in a different location. 2 weeks ago, I was in Long Beach. Now I'm in Riverside. Then we'll be in Palm Springs and I'm going back to Arizona. I'm just...
I wish we could do like a live like that every week. It's like, where is Gelsey? And we just guess, and you can just be somewhere. You're like, hello, I'm in Miami.
I was in Florida like a month ago. I literally cannot sit still. That's why I had to stop going to therapy, because I was like, I can't have a consistent therapy time. Now I just drink.
Guys, in the live chat while we're getting started, go ahead and rate this week's episode of Below Deck. We are on season 13. I think we have 2 charters left. The season is slowly rolling down. It's kind of been an interesting season, Gelsey, because we've gone from loving it to hating it to it being okay to whatever. But yes, drop a number. Let us know what you think, 1 to 10 of this week's episode. And guys, if you have a question at any time for Gelsey or I, or something about Below Deck, put a Q by it. We'll star it and we will answer it as we get going here. So it's gonna be short and sweet today because I'm on my way to catch a flight.
Yes, we gotta go. I want to give a shout out to Julia Johns, who said, "Hi, Kelsey. I also suffer from migraine headaches. So glad to see you." So for those of you who don't know, I wasn't here last week. I am in week 3 of a migraine episode. I actually had one this morning. It's a lot of fun.
I know.
I'm totally faking everything right now. I'm not having a good time in my life. I had Botox on Friday from the neurologist. It hasn't kicked in yet. Cost me an arm and a leg, but I'm just praying for some kind of relief because yesterday I was in tears. So I know how to smile because I'm a show woman and I actually love being here. So I'm glad this morning's subsided. I took so many.
And I hope we can take your mind off all of that too. Maybe just for like a little bit. I know you're in so much pain, but thank you for being here. We love you. We're happy to have you here. No, I'm happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. I was so sad to miss last week, but last week was like not good at all. So
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. Hopefully you'll feel better by Thursday too.
Palm Springs, I know. I'm like, come on, just give me can I have a win? I feel like just very beat down in life. I don't want this to be depressing, but I'm a little depressed right now.
So no, I'm just kidding. All
Anyways,
right, here we go. We'll jump in.
6.
What are you? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Kelsey's a 6. You're moving right along today. 6. I'm gonna have to say the same thing. Maybe even like a 6.5 a little bit. I know people in the live chat are going like 5, 6. A lot of people, on Twitter, I didn't bring up any Twitter or X comments this week, are not really loving this season. I know Reddit hates the season, but it's just interesting to see what people are thinking. You know what I mean? And I think that we've been kind of hard a little bit on Fraser, or more so me, because, a couple seasons ago, when I was covering Below Deck with Josh, we were talking about how great it would be to see Fraser when he was second stew as the chief stew, our first gay chief stew. And I feel like he had a lot of obstacles when he first started, but this season has been really, really frustrating to watch him kind of manage Solène and Rainbeau and his interior team and run away from confrontation and stuff like that. But I kind of want to start at the end of the episode today. where we had the derby party, and Hugo walks into the pantry or behind, and says to Rainbeau, it's like, what, do you really hate her that much? Talking about Solène, because we've seen Solène and Rainbeau this entire season just battle it out.
Yeah.
And I've seen Rainbeau in all of this because Rainbeau gets stuck with a lot of the shit. But here's the thing. You have a head of department. This is where I agree with Fraser, coming in and kind of like starting shit for no reason. But then later, Fraser is like, I don't know why the head of department would come in here and start all this. Why didn't you tell him that at the beginning?
But also, it was kind of hypocritical because that's like Fraser's game, is starting this shit. Like, go back a couple episodes and he was like, hey, lovely, so let's chat. How are things go? Like, he's kind of been playing the same game. And I'm like, I agree with him. I don't think Hugo should have done that because I think it's unprofessional. But hello, like, you've been doing that this whole season. So
it was weird. It was weird to see for sure because, it's another thing that he's been doing lately too. That makes me question a lot of his leadership skills just in this season in particular, is the whole Solène situation. Because I'm going to go through some photos here really quick. Okay. Because in his confessional, he was saying, Gelsey, that this girl, if it were any other boat or yacht, she wouldn't be here. Something to that effect, right? And it's like, bro.
So fire her.
We are how many charters in? You've seen her. You ignore it. You befriend her. Like, what is happening here? So let's go back just really quick. I want to show you. I think this was, here we go, 6 charters ago where he said he wouldn't deal with anything. 3 charters ago where he also reminds Solène, girl, get your shit together. And now here we are in the same predicament. You know what I mean? Like, do you think she will be fired?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know. I feel like we're so far into it. I feel like we do kind of need a firing and fresh meat to toss things up a bit, just from a show standpoint. I honestly, it makes me think maybe the producers have a little pull in this to not get her fired at this point, or if Fraser's just not capable of like, I think this also could be an editing thing, but I think from this standpoint, he's just had his back to all of that so much, and so it's as if he's just now seeing it and being like, oh, we're not going to accept this. But it's like, this has been going on the whole time. But I feel like it's just as if like her 3 strikes in his eyes almost aren't out because he's been so busy in the drama and the chef. And Rainbow's at her point. I mean, she's dealt with it every single time, which I understand why, like, Rainbeau can get a little extreme, but she's been taking all the slack. It's like, I would be acting just the same as her. So I want to say yes, she'll be fired because A, that'd be exciting. B, we all want it, but she hasn't been fired so far. So who knows? Like,
who knows? I think she's been such an integral part of storylines too. And, things have just been playing. Yeah. The love triangles, plural of all of the different ones that she has created. Let's jump to this. Let's jump to this really quick too, because she sat down, Jess. And I thought this was such a random moment because Jess has now kind of, since the villa, kind of been exploring something with Barbara, and she's just very like, well, this girl's beautiful. This girl is gay. Like, this kind of would work out. Right. But it seems like Solène didn't like that. And she sits Jess down to kind of like say, hey, what's going on here? But in my mind, and maybe I'm wrong, so you guys can correct me too, but Solène kind of started all the triangles.
Yes. She's right. Hypocrisy. Like, what the actual F? She's done this already, but it's just like she keeps being like, you hurt me, it's not okay. And even Jess is like, yeah, but you were like off kissing Kyle. And she's like, no, I'm not talking about Kyle, I'm talking about you. That's not the same. It's like, bitch, yes, it is. What the hell are you doing? And we've been saying this since how many episodes now that we're just like she can kiss whoever she wants. I am free. I don't belong to anyone. But the minute someone does it to her, how dare they?
She flips. I know. It's just been the story of it.
Self-centered brat.
Is this why people like watching her? Because she's just like so back and forth and so hypocritical. Like, I just don't even understand. I don't.
But people don't like her. She's got the lowest ratings of the whole crew. Like, I feel like if the producers
she's on the negative.
She has -1 review. Oh, voila, you say? poo poo. I don't know, whatever she says. Her like little sayings are so funny. She said one of me. She's like, she is the hair of, what did she say? The beast of a vagina hair or something like that.
Yeah, or
like,
the bush of the vagina.
Bush.
Some
I was
shit
like,
that.
Is that an expression? Did I miss something?
Is that a French thing? I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be.
Oh God. I'm
Oh
dead.
my
But
God.
it's getting old. And now she's back to hooking up. I kind of died when her and Kyle like rekindled because I was like, oh, they both got, now that she can't get the fun and the attention she wants and everyone fighting over her. And she's just kind of sitting there like, well, Jess is gone. And then she kind of looks over and Kyle's just like, I'm fucked. And they're like, eh. Like, I was like, you know what? You two deserve each other right now.
I mean,
So
seriously, they're both
messes.
lost in their own way too. I do want to say though, Kyle, with this, like, I guess let's stay on Solène for a minute, actually, because Rainbeau has hit her like breaking point with Solène, and I don't blame her at all. I really don't. And yes, I do agree with this. L Powers 89. She says we didn't need that sit down between Jess and Solène
We've done it
all.
We've done it already. She's confronted
We've done it with
her.
everybody. We've done it with
Like,
Scottish.
so,
We've done it with,
yeah.
It's
like
been done.
She's not getting the response she wants. So she's like, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Like, she's not getting the rise out of people she wants. So I think that's why she's now being a bigger ass in work. She's like, I'll do what I want. Like, she's just trying to get a rise out of people and play any angle she can. Like,
the fact, before we get into Rainbeau too, the fact that Fraser has got to come tell you to work, and your it's like the lack of urgency and the lack of respect that she has when she was like eating her cereal. She doesn't even give a shit at this point. She's like, okay, tell me what to do. I don't care. She kept eating. I've never worked in an environment like that where my boss told me to do something and I didn't get up and move.
Immediately. Never. Like, oh shit, I'm caught. Like, I mean, we've all been at work and braked when we shouldn't be. I've done it on a lot of jobs because it's just human nature to try to get away with that. But like the minute someone walks in, no matter what, it's just like, oh crap. Like,
I should be doing something. I should be getting ready and helping out. Like, we're turning over this boat. We have a charter guest coming. Like, the urgency isn't there. The experience in yachting isn't there.
The
Even
respect.
Fraser said it himself. And the respect, the respect for your comrades and your friends is just in dire need of a check. Really,
your leaders,
big, horrible.
I know. Horrible. I can't wait for like the preview on her when it looks like Fraser tells everyone not to talk to her. I'm like, if you're to the point where you have to tell the whole crew, don't talk to one of my members, like out of punishment, maybe it's time for her to go. And I love that she,
oh yeah,
I don't know how it's going to play out, but the editing makes it look like, Captain Kerry, is this your rule? Because she's trying to overpass Fraser, being like, you don't have authority. Yes, he does.
That is a no-no.
That's your boss. And even Captain Kerry's just like, I'm kind of like, okay, Kerry, can we fire her? Is this like, can you see what's going on and how bad this is that you're having to tell people not to talk to her? She needs to go. What kind of a team?
And the thing is I think too, what has to do with this is everyone else has so many other things going on, right? Like, as you said, Gelsey, you have Fraser who's paying attention very closely to Chef Anthony because he doesn't want to repeat history, even though he was the one who was campaigning for him to come back, right? And then you have these crazy ass guests, from porn stars to Helen to Democrats. What was her name? Karen was her name, right?
It wasn't Karen.
It wasn't Karen. Crap. Or was it just?
I'm already forgetting. It wasn't Helen. Was the main?
I'm gonna call her Democrats, but
okay, I like blinking.
She's. I don't know. Everyone has so many things going on. Captain Kerry is focused on the broken yacht this episode, and the parts that are broken and what he needs to do, and also focusing on his charters, and getting through the bridge every time he has to go. Like, there's so much going on that no one has time to baby Solène here at this point.
No, and that's why there's a bosun and a chief stew. That's why there has to be, even under them, they pick a first deck and a first stew, because not one person can manage everything. The captain has to focus on the boat. So that is like my expression right now. That is very, but that's why there is a chief stew, because the captain has bigger, more important things to deal with than delegating tasks, and no one should be babysitting. And then that's why Rainbeau has more stripes, because Fraser has a lot to do and he can't be always delegating. Like, there's a reason there's these steps, and it really frustrates me the fact that Solène acts like no one, like how she disrespects Rainbeau. I'm like, she has more stripes than you. And I know, be it a yacht or a cruise ship, like in the sailing, nautical, boating world, stripes are a big deal. It was a big deal. It's like they have more stripes than you. On cruise ships, in the crew, it was like, oh, they have more stripes. It was like, no matter who it was, they could be in a different
because
department.
they're earned. You know what I mean? They're earned. It's like it's walking around with your
respected.
CV on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's
And
a reason that the captain of a plane has 4 stripes while he flies you at 30,000 feet. You know, it's insane. Mary Beth Hicks in live chat says, at this point, it would be counterproductive to fire Solène. Should have done it 2 charters ago. I agree. If she gets fired now, it would look like pure meanness by Fraser. I might agree with that, actually. But Fraser isn't really coming at her with any kind of, you know, she's not reprimanding her. He's not threatening her like, if you don't get your shit together, you're off the boat. He's not doing any of that. Well, at this point, I think what Mary Beth is saying too, and I kind of agree, at this point, it's just going to look bad on you because you haven't been doing it the whole season. And yes, I was giving everyone an excuse that they have other things to focus on. So that's why maybe Fraser's not paying attention to certain things and putting a lot of trust into Rainbeau. But at the same time, he should be aware of everything happening in his crew because Rainbeau has come to him repetitively. Yes.
Because that's the thing. She doesn't have the authority to take any action or reprimand. So she's doing what she can, and she's turning and saying, okay, now my boss, I'm letting you know this is a problem multiple times. I did everything. She's doing nothing. She doesn't even know how to make a bed. Like, I'm so over her.
We all are. And that's why, you know what? She gives us something to talk about. That's why she's still there. Love Island fucked her, I think.
Just literally and figuratively.
And figuratively. It is from reality TV.
And in my bush or whatever she's okay.
The bush of the vagina?
I was just like, that killed me. I was like, yeah, that's an expression I've never heard.
I want to go back to the other mess on the boat, which is Kyle. And bro, that is the best word to describe this.
Even the start of it, when he's still at the party and he's bro. Like him and his seaweed pee. I'm still bringing that back because he's the one with it. Even when they're out drinking, the episode starts where we left off, and you know, he's like, I want to say I got away with something, and you know that I shouldn't have, and I'm proud of it. And everyone's like, what the hell, man? Like, you just barely got by not getting fired. Even if he didn't do it, Captain Kerry had every right, reputation-wise, to fire him, and he didn't. And then
for sure.
And then he says that, and then later in like the confessionals, he's like, oh, I was just like, you know, trying to joke around. And it's like, even everyone was like, don't joke about this. You literally you should be so thankful you didn't get fired. You weren't allowed to talk to charter guests last charter. And now get over this whole I'm in my head and I'm like, stop. Just stop.
I feel like Kyle gets in his own way completely. 100%.
100%.
Kyle is Kyle's worst enemy at this point. He just like, let me get in your way. It just keeps happening over and over again.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like, it's toxic. It's messy. It's really not good. Tess in the live chat says, Kyle, what a fall from grace compared to last season. And Gelsey, you just watched last season. So
yes.
Right?
Yes. And I agree, because I actually liked him. Like, even when he would be a little bit of an idiot, a little bit, like, I was just like, he's just our frat boy. It's entertaining. Right. Sometimes you go, oh my God, I wouldn't do that. Or just like, Kyle, shut up. But he had this lovable, like, frat boy energy, but he still was really, I was like, you know what? He's really good at his
fat
job.
Boy, what'd you say?
Frat.
Oh, it's like this lovable fat boy energy. I'm like, no, I've never heard that one before.
Fat boy energy. Sorry,
the little fat boy energy.
Rat. Maybe I'm not saying my R's enough. Rat.
Rat.
The Botox is dripping into my jaw, and I'm like, I can't do that. Rat boy energy, kind of like what Damo gives me on this season. And even Damo do dumb things, but I still like Damo because at the end of the day, he holds that professional line, and he's just like,
and he takes accountability, which we'll get to that with Jess as well, because that's how I feel about Jess.
100%. We're all,
but Kyle here is like,
just like last season was a completely different thing. I don't know if it was Barbie. I don't know if, like, you know, maybe it's, you know, at first you could be like, oh, Solène kind of screwed him, but the way he's acting after, that's your responsibility, bro.
Absolutely.
Take care of yourself and stop. And he knows it. He FaceTime his mom or whatever, and he's like, I'm fucking up. I'm drinking too much, saying stupid shit. I shouldn't. And like, sorry, that was more of a Northern UK accent, not Scottish. I'm not good at Scottish. That's, I really talk like that. That's like Northern UK, but I cannot do Scottish. I don't know. I can't do Scottish.
I feel like everyone from the UK would just disagree with you right here. It's like, that is not an accent we have.
So much hate mail. No, is it like, it's not Devon? Some of you know what I'm talking about. I feel like anyone from Northern England would be like, F you, but someone from like, South or London would be like, I know what you're getting at. And I'd be like, right, maybe I'm not good at it, but like, look, if Dick Van Dyke can get away with his Cockney accent and Mary Poppins and everyone just accepts it, I can get away with that accent, okay? Let's just be real.
I know you got to choose one first.
You got to choose
Which
one. Honestly, I'm only good at Russian and that's it. I'm a Russian accent girl and we're done after that. Maybe a little Southern, I don't know. Anyways, привет, yeah. Хорошо. Jason and I, we have so many Russians in our life. That's what you get for joining this.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, they're all like, yeah. Russians taught me how to drink, which is why I can go out and like hold my alcohol, and because
the Russians vodka.
You need vodka. Only vodka.
No, they can't even say anything. Vodka.
Well, you know what? We need some Russians on the boat. We need some like really rich, picky Russians.
Dude,
to come on the yacht. What is this? Vv. I do not want to see. I went to vodka. It's like
back in St. Petersburg, we only have the best. It's caviar for breakfast. What is this shit? Like, they're
ma'am,
just
you can't smoke here. Shut up.
I am paying you. I can smoke whatever I want. I think they're using that or like a Russian or like Slavic woman working as like a chief stew because they don't put up a bullshit. They're just I
think we've had one. God, what was her name? She was on Med, I believe. But not what you would think. Eliza Applewood says oligarchs. Yeah, we need like below deck oligarchs and just have like a mega yacht, like a huge ass yacht with like more crew and just Russian oligarchs who come on board and just make a freaking mess of everything.
Dude, it would be incredible. Like, and when you get Russians to drink, it's just great. This is such a side note, but I used to be part of this like Russian folk dance group. I was a child, so I did like the kid stuff, but my sister got to be in like the adult actual group. And there was this Russian nightclub in LA called Russian Roulette. And we would go and party till like 2 a.m. I was like 10. It's the first time I had so much Diet Coke. I woke up and I had an accident in bed. I was like, I peed the bed. And my mom's like, that's partying. I was like, But it got closed down because it was run by the Russian mafia.
Who says this shit? Wait. No. I have a Russian mafia story too.
And
who says when I was dancing with a Russian folk group? Like, who says that shit?
I know I'm a Russian folk dancer. I grew up as a. Do you remember? I was trained in Russian folk dancing. Yeah.
Do you remember? I know. Now, Gelsey is one of the most amazing dancers, actually. But do you remember Obar in New York? Did you ever hear of that? I think it's actually in Sex and the City or written in Sex and the City. And I turned 21 in New York when I was on tour with Alegria, and my party was there. And they used to, the people from Obar used to come see the show. I'm like, oh, these restaurant people are nice. Turns out it's fucking Russian mafia,
Mafia. They're great. If you're on the good side. They're like any mafia, I guess.
I mean, listen, they had great vodka, great caviar. I can't complain. All right.
I don't like caviar. I'm going to say I'm not a big
I know. Caviar. That's where you and I differ here. That's so strange
that's right. We
to
talked
me.
About this. I'm like, but I really like salty things, but my number one biggest, like, I don't like are olives. And I have literally tried every color olive in every country you could possibly. I like have fought someone. They're like, you just haven't tried the right olive. And I'm like, bitch, you want to go there? I've tried them in the south of France. I tried them in the Greek islands. I tried them on the coast of Italy. I've tried the right olive. I don't like them. So I don't like caviar. And I don't like, I wish olives like, because it's like you get the little like bowl of olives and your little prosecco in Italy, and you're just like, oh, I'm fancy, and I'm like, I'm half fancy, like just more like
just
whatever.
More prosecco, please.
No dirty martinis.
No, you know what's so funny is I would love to see because someone just said, or Tess just said in the live chat, Gelsey gives Russian mob 4 stars on Yelp. I would love to see what Solène's Yelp review would be, or Yelp star rating at this point.
1 star.
let's go back to things hitting the fan, because I think who we had the biggest, I don't know. I think who we had the biggest like hopes for was Jess, right? Because we saw Kaio. Remember him? Like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah,
Wait, Kaio, our bosun. Who was he on this season? We saw him kind of like, he just wasn't ready for it. He finally admitted to himself, because he did a lot of blame shifting at the beginning, and we really thought Jess was going to step into this position. And then they brought in Hugo. Now we have seen why I think Hugo is such a great bosun, and Jess just isn't ready. And I don't know if that's because she's actually not ready, or she's not able to compartmentalize things. You know, like, you know what I mean?
I think you might be right on both things. I think there is an immaturity level. It's funny. I actually was watching the episode this morning because I have to watch on Peacock. Get it now. I'm at a friend's house, so I'm in her daughter's high school room. It says, can you tell? I'm very ready for this? Rah rah. Like literally in a cheerleader's room. But she's never watched Below Deck. So she sat next to me and I was watching it and I was kind of explaining dynamics to her. And I was like, oh, it's interesting trying to give the cliff notes of these people. And so Jess was on and I was like, oh, she's really awesome. I really like her. She's just immature. And that was my cliff notes on her. Like that was my, let me give you her in a nutshell. And I was like, oh, that's what it is. I just think she has so much emotional growing. I do really like her. I think she's a really cool person. Like I still want to hang out with her. She's
capable.
Jess,
she's capable.
I'd like to hang out with you. She's capable and she's so knowledgeable and wants to be there. I just think when it comes to distraction and emotional, like I'll give it to her this charter. I'm not being like, oh, she doesn't know how to compartmentalize the emotional baggage of her grandparents passing from cancer with this like it's absolutely. Like I 100% feel for her. I've been triggered with things that bring up like it's just too close to home, but that is part of the job. And Jason, you and I know as professional performers how many times we'd have to go on stage when we've lost a family member or someone has just broken our heart, or we literally have 101 temperature and we threw up 10 minutes ago and we're like
Kelsey
all the time.
And all of us, so, when we were touring in Mexico City, we would come off, you know, because the altitude was so high, so we'd come off stage and like literally throw altitude. Up.
Yep,
horrible, you know, and the same like, too. The only, they had oxygen backstage too. It was horrible, but you know, I remember the only time I ever missed a show, because that's something I prided myself on, was not missing a show. We have a lot of friends who have never missed a show ever, going on like 10,000 shows.
I get so sick. Crazy. I get like so sick that like I get sent.
It's not. I don't think it's good for like the mind. You know.
No, so unhealthy.
But was when my grandfather passed, and I was like, this is such a, you know, because your performer brain, your work brain is going like nothing, but then you're like, no, holy shit, I need to pause this and actually be real and have a real life. So it's hard. It definitely is hard.
I'm not condoning. Yeah, I'm not saying she's in the wrong, because I'm like, I think that's the healthy thing. I'm like, that's where I'm like, it's a fine line. Like, do you find, I literally was having this conversation yesterday with somebody that I was like, I think a bit of that performer pro athlete mindset carries over it's into my personal life, where I now can shove things down to put other people first and be fine. Or I know how to, like, someone was DMing me because I've been trying to be candid about this like health journey I'm going on right now. And someone DMing was like, from the looks of it, I would never know you've been struggling with this for as long as you have. And I was like, I just try to keep calm and carry on. But I was like, that's what I've been taught since I was a child. On. Yeah. I mean, I had point shoes on when I was 11 years old and my feet are literally like bleeding and I'm in so much pain, and I'd finish and they'd go, great, do it again and look more graceful. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's like, a great, it can definitely hinder things in life, but I think it does overshadow the hindering, because a lot of things that I think you and I have learned from performing, or, you know, the discipline as a kid, because while other kids are out playing in the street or getting into trouble, we're like in a gym or a dance studio for hours and hours and hours and hours being yelled at, you know, sometimes by Russians. Do better.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I was yelled at by a Russian as a child. Actually, my Russian ballet
everyone
teacher.
was. Hello. Now the kids are too soft for that. But I do, you know, for Jess too, you know, she had a lot of things. She was taking in a lot of everything. And I love this part of Below Deck because you see what happens this entire season where people are going through an emotional journey, especially this season with all the incestuous things happening, right? You have that on one part. You have Jess, who's like kind of feeling good, but kind of not. She's a little lost. Like you said, I think there's some growing emotionally to do there before she is a bosun. And then you put this cancer thing on her, not, putting it on her, but you have a guest who she's going to get a mastectomy and is going through something hard. And by the way, carrying it very well and being very joyous and happy about it. Right. Like that's amazing.
Yeah. I know. I was like for her.
All of these things are now hitting her, but now it's affecting her job yet again. And Hugo has called this out before. He's like, sleep in your own bed. Stop sleeping in everyone else's bed. Focus on what you have to do. And more or less, that's what he was saying. And I really appreciated that advice because I think she needed to hear it. But I think everything is just right now piling on. And what I was saying, what I like to see about Below Deck is this is the job. This is the job. We're towards the end of the season. Everything that has happened this season is you're drained. You're drained.
Yeah. And it's like the one last cherry on top is the breaking point, which I feel that. That was me yesterday. It's like you can only take on so much exhaustion, that it's like the littlest thing will make you break or big. That's like, and this isn't the littlest thing. This is a huge thing for her that she still is mourning. And but I was telling my friend that I was watching it with, she's in the cabin crying. And I said, it's crazy. Not only can you just not escape on a yacht, working on a yacht, because it's just like, maybe you can go into a closet and cry. But I was like, on the show, everything is being filmed. So it's like she's having this moment in the cabin and it's like, we're being filmed. It's just like you have no privacy. And that's exhausting. There's no true alone time ever. Maybe if you're pooping, great. That's what my boyfriend says that he does. He's like, it's the only time I have peace to myself. I'm like, great, enjoy yourself. Maybe that's a man thing. I don't know. Y'all just sit there on your phones looking at reels and enjoying your peaceful poop time. But good for you.
It's something I always say. I want to ask you this question too, because we haven't talked a lot about Kerry recently. I don't think we talked about him last week. I love Kerry. He is one of my favorite captains, in my opinion. And I'm a little biased. We lived near him and knew him and stuff. Actually, I met him before he joined Below Deck Adventure and was becoming the captain of Below Deck. And he's super great. I really love the patience he has with everyone. I love that he wants to give everyone a chance. I really do like his leadership style. I think for TV, though, it might need to be a little harder. Like, I think he should have, what does Captain Sean say? He should have swung the axe. And he should have swung it a lot harder than he has this season. But I think he has filled the shoes of Captain Lee pretty well, because you cannot ever replace a Captain Lee. We all know that. But Captain Lee cannot do this forever. He already did it forever before he started Below Deck. You know what I mean? He needs a little time for retirement. He's good. But do you think that he's been too easy, or do you think he's been kind of on par with everything happening on the boat this season?
I have mixed feelings about that. I do know what you mean by it would be better TV to be a little more of a hard ass. I think that's why we kind of want Fraser to be more of a hard ass. It was like Kate Chastain was more like, it's just that it's and I do, though, the moment that he did, I think, though, there has to be some compassion for stuff like, when he gives Jess a hug and he's like, I'm here for you. But then he doesn't sit in it too long. And he's like, take the time you want, take care of yourself. Like, I thought that was kind of like, I'm here, but we're not going to be mushy and just like, okay, we have to keep going.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah, but he's even, he brought her in and said, hey, what just happened out there with the anchor? It's not acceptable. Like, he's not screaming at them, and maybe that would be better TV. But I'm of a mindset of you don't need to be an asshole and screaming at someone to be a good leader and I think that's just from my childhood of getting that kind of direction. Now I've like become a softie where I'm like, it's not needed. Like, I'm so curious what kind of parent I'm going to be. I feel like I'm going to be like, it's okay. Like, I don't know. Or will my like Russian ballet teacher come out and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. But I love his style. I do think he's a little Yeah, but he called Kyle out on his shit, and he had him come in, and he's like, "What the hell's going
1,000%.
on?"
And he did set
But
the
he didn't
precedence at the
fire
very
him.
beginning at the season. He did say, just don't fuck around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tess says Team Sean. We needed Sean on
Oh,
here. It's
I
been
did
too
want to.
long.
I did want to say something about Captain Sean. I wanted to debunk. This was 2 weeks ago. Last time I was on, bringing back again Seaweed PP. Captain Sean DM'd me and wanted to say that in fact it is possible to have sex in the water, and that he wanted me to know that. I was like, thanks, Captain Sean. I was like, no, I know it's possible, Sean, but like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, no. And then he's trying to get Jason and I to go to Monaco. And I was like,
you know, this is the 4th year. This is the 4th year I have been invited to the Monaco yacht show, the boat show. And I don't know if you guys know this. Captain Sean is one of 10 captains who is featured in the Monaco Yacht Club. His picture hangs there. He's in books. Captain Sean has done amazing, amazing things. Yeah, was he for below deck? Probably not, because he doesn't need to do charters. You know, he's been through Northwest Passage twice on a not a commercial vehicle. You know what I mean? Or a vehicle. What am I saying? On a not a commercial vehicle. Beep, coming through. Watch out, polar bears. No, but you know, he's a big, big captain. And this is one of my things that I just want to do so bad. And every year it comes around, because it's always in September.
Next year. We promised each other.
Next year. We did promise each other. And I've been promising him for 4 years. So, or 3 years. But
I could do next year. I would
really, really love to do that. But maybe what we should do is have him on while he's there on Anchor Watch.
That would be awesome.
That's what we should do. Yeah, because he's just he's amazing. He's so full of knowledge. All right, Gelsey. So we'll kind of wrap it a little bit, but I want to ask you guys and everyone in the live chat, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the live chat. We'll answer them. What are you looking forward to next episode?
I'm looking forward to this whole silent treatment to Solène, and I want to know what Captain Kerry's response is to her when she says, "Captain Kelly, did you do this?" And he kind of like just sits for a second, and then the edit ends. I want to know what his response is, and like maybe I want to see him be a little bit of a hard ass and be like, "This is not good,
girl. You don't."
Yeah.
And it's not good. I don't think it's good to pass your boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You haven't really had a great conversation with Fraser yet. You know what I mean? You have not had that conversation where you need to come to Fraser and be like, look, I feel like this isn't great. I might have done some things, but she won't take accountability. We know that.
No,
I haven't done some things, or, you know, can you give me some notes? She hasn't asked for help. She just thinks she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, which is
she's hot shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. I really hope she gets fired next week. I just want to see it for shits and giggles at this point.
Yes.
Like 100%. 100%.
And I want to see some fresh meat come in at the end, like to stir up the little love triangle. I love when they like replace someone and they bring in like just beautiful people. I mean, that was
like
Alicia, Nick. I was just gonna say, I was like, when that whole like crew came in, we all were like, wait, and everyone was like, who? Like, it was brilliant.
Well, you got the new bosun. This is Below Deck Down Under last season. You got the new bosun, and then you got the new deckhand Nick, who we did an interview with, who's amazing, by the way, and he is killing it. Did you see his Audi commercial?
I'm like, it's on a story. I'm like, heart. I'm like, that's so cool. Especially because I was a stunt woman for a brief second. And that's actually, I'm curious. I'll have to DM him and ask if that was a stunt contract. Because normally any driving, if you actually are driving, is considered a stunt.
They're not. Job. So I did a Toyota commercial in Thailand, and I wasn't driving at all. But it looked like I was driving around like mountains. Like I'm not going to be driving. Someone is driving around the mountains. Yeah. No, normally the actor's not the driver, but I'm curious. Like sometimes they do. If there's someone that's really pretty and can drive, they're like, it'll save us money, but you get more money. So I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, no, that's true. Eliza says in the live chat, isn't this the most firings of any Below Deck? That is what we've been told. This is what the press tour. When Fraser went on the press tour, this is what he said. So I don't know. We only have what are we? Episode 13, right?
13.
So this is gonna go. I can't remember. I do this every week because I don't remember how many episodes. I do know how many there are. I just can't remember. We have 2 more charters. So I think we need.
It's at least 4 more episodes, if not 5.
I think so, right? Because end of September is when we're getting Med. And what are we now? August 26th. Yeah, we got
this week is September, or this weekend, or next. Well, I don't know what happened in August.
And actually, I don't even know if like it's so funny because everyone has been seeing. I don't know what's happening with Med because I think Captain Jason might be on Med.
Oh, really?
The only reason I'm saying this is I'm a bit confused, okay? Because the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and their next season coming up are going on a yacht in Greece. Below Deck Med was supposed to be filming in Greece. Our chief stew is Daisy from Below Deck Sailing. The chef was Ben, and the captain was Jason. When I found out, oh my God, this is Greece and not like the Seychelles or down under like Australia, I'm like, wait, now I'm really confused about what's going on. So
if they put him, I mean,
did they? Because I love when they move people around. I loved when
I love it too.
And replace Lee for half a season. I thought it was like because people who watch Below Deck Med sometimes they love Med, but they don't love the real one or the OG. You know what I mean? Or sailing is their thing. So I love when they move people around. So I'm wondering if it was just for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but then that wouldn't make sense to do a whole charter just for them, you know, or maybe it did. I don't know. Or
it seems like not a good idea to bring a captain in just for one charter.
Well, Captain Jason, come on.
But I mean, I was like, maybe they requested him. They were like, we want him. I would do that.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking, did they just do this for that, or is this because we've been hearing Daisy is a chief stew of Below Deck Med next season? So I don't know. I'm going to research that a little bit.
Okay.
You know, we can't just ask our producer friends because they're not going to tell us shit anyway. You know, they're going to be like, "You just have to watch and see." And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
I hate that answer.
I hate when people do that kind of stuff. Like, well, I mean, they can't tell us. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to find out what's happening at the reunion of Miami because there's a huge bomb that we don't know what's going to happen, and it's supposed to be huge. And I'm like guessing, and my friend is a producer in Miami, and he's like, and I'm like, of course you're not going to tell me. I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't tell me. Well, you know what I mean?
It's literally against legalities for them to tell you because if they break their NDA, that is a big problem. So it's annoying.
Absolutely. Bravo would be like, you're fired. Jill says, Kubitschek, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but is sailing yacht coming back? I have no idea because it doesn't look like Glenn has been anywhere near that. I've also, if you guys follow Captain Sandy, who is friends with Captain Sandy's wife, is friends with Adam and us and stuff too. And again, we don't talk about Below Deck like if we ever saw them or talked to them.
That's not what you want to talk about. Like, I know we love this stuff, but it's the same with you and I, Jason.
Yeah, you're not gonna like, hey, so what's going on? Like, but they've been busy, you know, they've built a house, they're in Jacksonville, she's opening businesses. So I'm like, are you taking a hiatus? Are you taking a break? That could be a possibility. They could be moving some captains around. There's talk about bringing Adventure back. So I have no idea. idea. And I love not having an idea because it keeps us talking. You know what I mean?
Yes. I can't, honestly, I'm ready. I'm excited for this season, this bullshit, whatever this is, to wrap up. And I'm excited for us as a group to start a fresh season, a better season, and like do Med together because we are going nowhere. But let's finish this.
And you've been all over the Med, so that'll be fun to talk about too. You've been to all the ports and all this stuff, guys. There's 200 in the room. Please hit that like button, and if you're part of the replay crew, hit the like button. It helps us out. Helps ass out so much. So hit that like button. Gelsey, where I just want to give you a chance because you need to pitch yourself. We forget every time, and I'm like, where can we find you?
Yes.
Like, you know, let us know.
Please follow me. You don't have to. It's not a please. Just I'm there on Instagram. My handle is @GelseyLaurie. And I'm also currently in the Maxim CoverGirl competition. I'm in the final round, level 12. After this,
link below, by the way. Link is below.
Link below. You get a free vote every day. So all the votes count. Vote every day. If you have the time. I think I'm in rank 5 out of 5 right now on this level. I already did level 12 and I was the last place. It's a little frustrating. I think it's a little rigged. I'm not going to lie. I'm like the only one that legitimately has modeling photos, which I'm not trying to be like, she's not, but everyone's just like filtered selfies. And I'm like, what? Is this a modeling competition or whatever?
You need to ask
I
the
don't know.
mafia. Ask the Russian mafia.
It's literally like there's some bullshit going on, but it's fine. So I got some life. They're like, you gotta save life and you're in level 12 again. I'm like, I didn't even do that. Like, oh well. So I think I'm last again, but yeah, just help me out. Send me a vote every day if you can.
This is a great pitch. Great pitch. Keep going.
I'm so bad at this. I know. I'm like, I suck. I'm in last place, and who cares if you don't watch it? I'm so bad at pitching myself. And then also, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm kind of touch and go on it. I'm not going to lie, but right now I'm telling stories and insights into my career, my 20-year performing career. Right now, my last 2 videos have been about my cruise ship life. So it's kind of a fun, interesting side by side to the yachting world. My last video was actually
it is kind of similar. Maybe
it is very similar. There's a lot of similarities. It's obviously a larger scale, and I was entertainment on the boat, but my last video was about the Filipino mafia that is on the cruise ships, which is a very real thing, but it's not like mafia. It's like, can I get a cheeseburger mafia? Real thing. So I'm going to continue posting. Oh, you want to be on the Filipino mafia, which there's actually, they exist in like the hospitals too. It's in the medical world as well. Because I was talking to someone and they were like, oh yeah, I know the Filipino mafia. And I was like, you work in a hospital. And I'm like, it's the same thing. It's great.
You know what, guys? Wait, can I suggest something really quick too?
Yeah. Oh, please.
Guys, when in the live chat, you can, pipe in on this in the comments too, because I want Gelsey to know. I think Gelsey needs to cover a show on Peacock or Bravo that's something new, like a Love Island show or something coming out, or The Traders, and really start covering it, because I think that we need another place, already between me and Adam and everyone else we collaborate with, we have no time to do anything new. I think it'd be really fun for you, because The Traders season 4 is coming out at the end of the year.
Oh my God, I'll do that.
It would be a great show. It's on Peacock. It would be such a great show for you to cover.
I already pay for Peacock. Oh my God.
And I feel like you should find like another show too, like something that's like new on Bravo. I mean, there's this new McBee Dynasty. It's already like,
oh my God, I've watched.
It's already like
episodes. It's so bad. I
know.
Honestly, it would always be funny me covering it, because I think I would just be like, what the actual fuck? Like, it would just be, if you want to see me do that for a show, I will watch it just for some good feedback. That would be me Love Island too. I'd be like, okay, like, because I don't watch Love Island, but I almost think I would have.
I can't get through 5 minutes of Love Island. And if Solène was on the version I was watching, if I was watching Love Island France, I would turn it off in 2 seconds if I saw her.
There's no way.
It's not doing it. It's not doing it. I can't. We'll figure it out. We got to figure it out though.
Oh my God, I could maybe Thursdays.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna love you and leave you. We'll see you here next week for Anchor Watch. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about or cover next week, leave them in the comments below. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're thinking of the season so far, because we love reading the comments. We try to answer every single comment. We almost do. Unless they're like, you're a bitch, then we don't answer that. I just hide you from the channel. You
just help the algorithm with another comment. Say more nasty things. That's what I always think. I'm like, the mean ones are still numbers.
Hey, it's still a thing. And I want to thank all of our subscribers who join us every week. Still 200 in the room. Really appreciate that. And all of our members, especially our new members too. And something I'm doing in the lives too is we're giving away like random 10 memberships to people. So you can come on and try the membership to see if it's something that will float your boat. No pun intended. But we do have a lot of vlogs. We have a lot of fun things coming up. And as we inch closer and closer to BravoCon, you will definitely want to be on our members for that, because there are things we cannot share on our real channel.
I'm getting a new weave for BravoCon. I just got a row of extensions taken out like right after we recorded 2 weeks ago, and my hair is just a shit show right now. I hate it. So I'm more excited, I think, about my weave for BravoCon.
It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. The thing I wish more people would be. It's just so expensive. If you're a
big commitment.
A fan of a show, it's like it's a big commitment, because you're buying like, I think the cheapest ticket is still hundreds of dollars, right? And then you have to get a hotel, then you have to get there.
fly. Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh
And
my
Vegas is
God, it's a
not cheap
lot.
anymore. Yeah,
It is
there's no
not.
like
Like, what the
1099
hell happened
buffets.
to Vegas? Yeah, no.
It's
Yeah.
bad. Now people are losing their jobs. It's like everyone that is there on the internet right now is like Vegas is empty. Like they tried to do something. I don't know if they tried to make it like Dubai. They said they don't
Well,
like
it's not
they're
Dubai. It's,
I'm exactly. Their idea was like they don't want us to be able to afford it. Like they want to keep the common folk out, and they only want, the people that are
it's
betting
Vegas.
10,000 a hand. And it's just like, but those people are like, we're not going to Vegas. We're going to Monaco and Dubai. Like, so
and
it's not
Dubai.
working.
Yeah.
Dubai.
No, I agree. Like, remember, and sorry, I don't mean to like keep this on because I spent a lot of time in Vegas, and Gelsey, you lived there for a long time. Performing with Cirque, and that was like kind of like the Cirque playground too. So if I had a break from tour, I'd meet people in Vegas. I'd come from Japan, I'd come to Vegas and like meet friends and stuff like that. And I just remember how cool it was back then. And now, you have the Gucci stores, the Prada stores, it's like, what are we trying to do? Like where's the M&M's factory and shit?
Right. Yeah. And I don't
Where's
mind.
Rainforest Cafe at the MGM? Where are these places?
Rainforest Cafe. That is one of my favorite. Like, I want to go. There's actually one here in Ontario, California, I think. Still, I used to go to that one for my birthday.
Oh my, have you seen a YouTube video? I don't mean to drag this on, of the guy who went to all of them?
No.
If you want to waste like an hour of your life, go watch that video.
Do.
It's fun.
I will.
Yeah.
I still am like, it's a rainbow. Like when the lights go down and the elephants are like, I'm like,
oh, the storm.
And I'm like sitting at the bar raining. With, like, my butt looks like it's like a giraffe tail. And I'm like, like, I fucking love it.
She doesn't.
Her. She doesn't.
All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll be checking in from Palm Springs. If you're members, you'll see us. We can even go live, Gelsey. We can go live when we're in Palm Springs while you're getting ready. Because I'm bringing Gelsey a whole box of Chanel Ayan makeup. Okay. Designed by Chanel Ayan and Tony Malt. Tony Malt's amazing, by the way. So is Chanel. But she has such great reviews of her makeup. So I can't wait to just put a box of it in front of you and just see what you think. Can't
wait. Yeah.
Can't wait. Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Happy Anchor Watch. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here.